Now we're going to look into hoof problems, how we can use the Skanlab Vet, the Tekar VM for hoof problems. Hoof problems can be several things. Very common problem is on certain breeds is what we call navicular disease with the bursitis, where the flexor tendon passes by to the navicular bone. And you can also have an abscess due to they have walking something sharp that kind of put an abscess into the hoof, which you can work out extra by using the Skanlab, by heating up the area in the hoof and get some better circulation and also absorption and get rid of metabolites, which also can give a really good pain relief for different kind of hoof problems. Whatever kind of hoof problem it is, the way to treat the hoof area is more or less the same. You place the return electrode on the back of the horse and we treat around the hoof. And if we would like to reach the area for the navicular bone, we treat more on the back side. If we want to reach the area for the toe bone, we treat more on the front side of the hoof. But in general, I try to work the area in two halves. I work the inside and I work the outside to get increased temperature, and which also gives an increased circulation and metabolic activity in the hoof by treating the whole area more or less. But before we start with treating that problem, we need to prepare the horse for the treatment. And what we do then is, of course, wetten where we're going to put the return electrode. Use some nice warm water, wetten the area where it's supposed to be placed, and very easy is to place it on the back. Yeah, it's warm, so don't complain about it. After wetting it, we put some cream on to get optimal contact of the return electrode. And we massage it a little bit into the fur, the coat, and then we are ready to place it there. And I put some cream on down here. And now I prepare the return electrode first, and then we're going to prepare the area on the leg or on the hoof of the horse as well. Using this flat rubber electrode makes a really good contact and a big contact surface. And then we use a rubber band which we can regulate to get it tight enough to keep the good contact. On the rubber band we attach a knot which puts some extra pressure on the return electrode. And then we just have to tighten this firm that you get good contact, and there I think we're good. Then we just check that everything is stuck in the right place, and then I just attach the cable here, so if it gets a pull on the cable it won't move the return electrode. Doing that, then we are ready to prepare the hoof as well. Now we're going to prepare the area on the hoof where we're going to work with the treatment head. Also there we wetten the area we're going to treat. Some nice warm water all around the hoof and the hair line of the hoof. After wetting it, we also have to massage in some cream to get good connection with the treatment head. And if it's a lot of coat, you need to use more cream, and if it's like a summer coat thing. But you just be sure you use enough cream to get good contact all the way through the treatment. You can always add some extra cream during the treatment if you need to. Then we're going to pick up the program on the machine, the preset program, and we have a program saying hoof problems. We say OK, and we get the dosage and the treatment time. And then we're kind of ready to start the treatment. Like I said, I mostly always work first the inside or the outside. I work one half at a time. So if we start at the outside first now, you can see what I mean. We pinch the on button to start the treatment, and now we're going. And I work slow circle movements around the hoof line, hairline of the hoof. And we feel like bumping the head into the hoof, upper part of the hoof. Working is no problem if you go slightly over the hoof as well. but we work through the soft tissue to get the feed effect down into the tissue. After working the outside for a while, I start working the inside for a while. You can go back and forth, or you can use half time on each side, either you choose. If the horse starts to get moves back and forth all the time and get a little bit anxious, you can always try to decrease the intensity by pinching the minus on the treatment head. And if it still moves, it can be that it's something new for him, he's not used to it, but if it stays there, it's good. Most of the horses feel this is really comfortable, they won't complain at all once they know what you are up to. If you have, for a reason, one or another reason, has some problem by doing it like this, I just stop for a second, I can pick up his foot. Come on, buddy. I can put it on my knee, and I can continue treating him here. Then he's resting his leg on my knee, and if he's so sore and painful, he has difficulty to stand on the leg, which is not so common, but probably it should be difficult to stand on the painful leg and not on the other one. So this is the way to do it as well. And especially if you're working for a navicular disease problem, which is more in the hind part of the hoof, you work more the back side, and then not so more the front half of the hoof. So, and after the treatment time has run out, you hear a beep on the machine, and then you just stop, and we're gonna clean the horse, take away the moist and the cream, and dry it off really proper. So first I clean this treatment head, put it away, and then I take away the rubber band and the moist electrode here, dry it off a little bit extra, get rid of all the moist, prepared for the next horse to be treated. And finally I take off the rubber band, get some moist in it. This you can also drop into water if you like to, just to clean it really proper once in a while. Just put it in a bucket with water and dry it up, or hang it up for drying if you need to. I just take off the worst of the cream now, and then we're gonna de-cream, wet and wash off the. First we take away the worst part of the cream. Are you okay with this, buddy? And then same thing on the foot or on the hoof. There we are, and then we can do some extra water to just clean out a little bit extra of the cream. Oh, he's anxious to get out to get his food again, and the rest of the horses on the barn here was just feeded, so he knows it. So, and then we're kind of done.